Gallegos, and welcome to another podcast on TheTitleFight.com. We're going to start this session off by recapping this past weekend's HBO doubleheader from Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. This was the first event held in Atlantic City since the terrible damage caused by Hurricane Sandy. In the co-feature, rising American heavyweight prospect and former Michigan State football star Seth Mitchell looked to continue his rise among the heavyweight ranks as he took on 28-1 Jonathan Banks. Now, many of us didn't know much about Jonathan Banks prior to this past Saturday, and he did have a great resume of experience coming into this fight. He has been training under the late Emmanuel Stewart for the past 15 years and also served as a trainer for the Kronk Gym. When Stewart passed away a few weeks ago, Banks was handed down the duties of working Vladimir Klitschko's corner for his victory last week. He had to deal with the loss of his great mentor and was at Stewart's memorial service this past Tuesday prior to heading to Atlantic City for this fight. So he had a lot on his mind going into this fight and was seen to be another opponent for Seth Mitchell. In the ring, it would prove to be a different story. The first round was dominated by Seth Mitchell, as was expected. However, in the second round, Banks was able to land a good left hand that sent Mitchell to the canvas. Mitchell was able to get up and was on wobbly legs. Mitchell tried to hold on, however, Banks continued the onslaught and was able to drop Mitchell 2 more times before referee Eddie Cotton stopped the fight. A huge upset win for Jonathan Banks, who used the loss of his great mentor, Manny Stewart, as fuel to pull off the KO win. For Mitchell, we hope this serves as a good learning experience as he continues his pro career. Mitchell was very humbled in the post-fight interview and says he will continue on with his career and didn't appear as if his confidence was shaken. Banks, on the other hand, has put himself on the map with this win, and a matchup with Vladimir Klitschko would be very appealing as he has trained Vladimir and sparred with him for a number of years. He just might have the best chance to beat him. We'll have to wait and see. In the main event, former junior lightweight title holder and future pound-for-pound star Adrian the Problem Broner moved up in weight to challenge the very tough lightweight belt holder Antonio Kid DeMarco. When I participated in Golden Boy's conference call for this fight, Broner was very confident, saying he will dominate and steal the show. In the first 2 rounds, both fighters stood flat-footed and elected to throw only one punch at a time. However, both rounds were controlled by Broner. In the third round, it appeared DeMarco was getting into a rhythm as he began putting combinations together. However, it was short-lived. In the fourth and fifth rounds, Broner began to take control of this fight with excellent speed and punching power as he began to tattoo DeMarco with hard shots to the body and head. At the end of the fifth round, according to HBO's interpreter Jerry Olaya, DeMarco's corner wanted to stop the fight. However, DeMarco talked them out of it. Broner would continue the onslaught up through the 8th round when he finally sent DeMarco to the canvas, causing DeMarco's corner to throw in the towel, earning Broner an 8th round TKO and the WBC lightweight title. Broner was more humble in the post-fight interview than we're used to seeing him. He didn't even pull out the hairbrush. Whether you love him or hate him, you have to respect him for his accomplishments. He is a star in this sport, and his stock is only going to get bigger as he continues his pro career. He continues to be compared to Floyd Mayweather due to his fighting style and colorful personality, and I expect him to be the successor to Mayweather as pound-for-pound king. Now, we still have a number of great fights left in 2012, including this Saturday night's welterweight clash between newly crowned welterweight champion Robert the Ghost Guerrero and former 2-time welterweight champion Andre Berto. I asked Berto if he's been able to stay in boxing shape during this long 14-month layoff. He said yes, he's been in the gym and kept in shape, as there wasn't much he could do during this time as he was dealing with the positive drug test for steroids prior to his scheduled rematch with Victor Ortiz and trying to apply for his boxing license. I also asked him what advantage he had in this fight, and he said he felt his power was his biggest advantage. When I spoke with Guerrero, I asked him if he feels comfortable at welterweight and if he plans to stay at this weight permanently. He says he feels very good at 147 pounds and will more than likely stay at this weight. He says he wants to fight the best fighters, and he feels he is fighting one of the best in Berto. I also asked him about the importance of having the full support of his family during his boxing career, and he said that it was very important to have his family in his corner, and he couldn't do it without them. This should be a great fight between two very skilled and talented boxer punchers, so make sure you tune to HBO this Saturday night. Well, that does it for this session, Fight Freaks. Until next time, this is Steve Gallegos. Have yourself a very safe and happy Thanksgiving, and enjoy the fights.